But we must begin to understand that in a concept of forming inside our community a united front, a black united front, which engulfs every sector, every facet, and every person inside our community working for the benefit of black people.
Good afternoon. My name is Crystal Lee Part, a junior legal communications major from the great city of Detroit, Michigan, and I'm the president of Howard University's chapter of the NAACP. We're here at our first annual law symposium in conjunction with the Washington, D.C. branch of the NAACP, and what's going on is discussion about police brutality, juvenile justice, criminal justice, and what we can do as an association to fix this problem in the district and surrounding areas.
What did you learn today?
I learned a lot of things, actually. I learned different things about knowing my rights in the district. Coming from Detroit, Michigan, the rules, of course, aren't the same, so I learned what to do and what not to do in the District of Columbia. I also learned a lot of information from a symposium called Hip Hop Behind Bars that kind of made a connection between hip hop and the jail system and things of that nature. Also, right now, we're discussing tangible solutions for the problems that we discussed throughout the entire day. So we definitely have some type of follow-up, whether it's going to be legislation, a coalition, or a rally or demonstration.
I don't think many people really think about the effects of prohibition in this country. We can't put people into prison today for what they look like, for how they look, the color of their skin, but we can sure target what they do or what they are perceived to do or what the media says that they do more than anyone else. Housing, economics, lack of funding, education, black boys not being in school. Why are many black boys not in school? They're not just attracted to the lifestyle of the drug market. They're recruited, folks, to and from school and beyond. It's what they see, it's what they grow up in. Health, policing, we talk tons about policing today. And the mistrust, the conduct, the brutality, bias policing, profiling. What's the foundation for most of this? If we end prohibition today, if we end the drug war today, you know you can cut police departments in half, moving towards what you're talking about. Do you know that well over 60–70% of what we do out there in the streets circulates around, and policing circulates around the drug trade? The money that we are spending, $70 billion a year in the criminal justice system, related to drugs, not the other crimes. Related to the prohibition of drugs. And it goes on and on and on. I'll close with this statement, and it's in Michelle's book. Nixon, who started this stuff at this level back in 1970, says to his aide, Haldeman, the problem is the blacks. The key is to devise a system to deal with this without appearing to. Hence, the war on drugs, folks. We have the answer. We have the organization. We have the structure for a revolution, for a movement. We have it. It's right in front of us. It's the resolution that the NAACP just passed. It's the resolution that Blacks in Government just passed last week in Boston during their conference. And many other organizations and public officials, Jimmy Carter, former presidents of Mexico, and the list goes on and on, Jesse Jackson, they're all calling for an end to the war on drugs, but they're not screaming loud enough. We have it, it's right in front of us. Let's build an agenda around that and make it happen from the bottom up. Incorporated with that, you do your voter registration and all the other things that you need to do. And yes, while we're doing this, while we're building this, to change this disastrous policy, the worst policy since slavery in this country, while we're doing this, yes, we still deal with the symptoms. We still deal with recidivism. We still have those wonderful programs to keep our young boys busy doing productive things. And we continue with all that work, but we've got to change these policies. And then you'll stop thousands upon thousands of black men from entering the system to begin with. It will take 10 years. Let's do it.
Hi, my name is Chanel Adams. I am from Detroit, Michigan, and I am the Political Action Chair for Howard University's chapter of the NAACP. And today I participated in the NAACP's Law Symposium here at Howard. And what I learned is that there are a lot of injustices in our community, but in order for us to combat them, we need to organize together and do things collectively to make change, through joining different organizations and just becoming more educated about what's going on and organizing together to prevent these injustices from continuing to happen.
Good afternoon, I'm Kelvin Lassiter with the DC branch NAACP, part of the Legal Redress Committee, and today we have just concluded our forum on Know Your Rights Law Symposium here at Howard University Blackburn Center. It was a great event. It was well attended by students in the community, and this event was much needed for us to go forward with our agenda and moving forward and getting equal rights for our citizens in this country.
My name is Renee Mims. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, and I serve as the Legal Committee Chair for the Howard University chapter of the NAACP. And today I participated in the sessions on hip-hop behind bars, Know Your Rights training, and I got a chance to listen to the keynote speaker. And from those sessions, I learned that in order for us to be involved or active citizens and knowledgeable of things that we are capable of, we must first know what our rights are and as a result exercise those rights as best to our ability as we can. And also I learned that within the hip-hop culture, we shouldn't emulate or look to those individuals as being role models or having to go after what they have, because in the end, it's not good for us and it's not projecting a positive image or characteristics that we should want to have as individuals. And in fact, we should challenge those rappers and artists who portray such things as being glamorous, drugs, guns, violence, all those things that perpetuate the stereotype of African Americans. So in the end, we should just challenge those things and not be a part of this problem of that culture, but actually being a part of the solution.
Matthew Fogg, I'm with Law Enforcement Against Prohibition. That's www.leap.cc on the World Wide Net. I'm also a retired Chief Deputy United States Marshal, 34 years of service. I think today's program was very informative. I think it hit on a lot of great points. I wish there were more people here, and I realize that the students out on this is a Labor Day weekend, so the students out on vacation and so forth. But I thought the points that were made were very well taken. Certainly, there's a very, there's a serious problem out there when it comes down to the war on drugs and who this war has attacked and who it has put in prison. And certainly, being a law enforcement officer, it has been my position as to constantly say that we have to take a position on it. We have to make sure this stops. We have to make sure there's the disparity in law enforcement is certainly what the people that we put in prison, who we target, we have to make sure that is always on the front line of justice and make certain that equality is met. And when it comes to war on drugs, it has not been met. So I think that has been brought out here. I think the whole system overall. How do we fix it? What do we do to prepare it? And I think to correct the ills of this institution is a major problem for us, and I think we need to be always addressing it. So I think this was a good forum. I think NAACP has done a great job here in bringing this forum to light. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Shalem Adolfo. I serve as a National Vice Chairperson, Organizing and Training National Black United Front. I'm also a member of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. We're here today on Howard's campus with the Howard branch of the NAACP and DC branch of the NAACP. We had a law symposium, and today I learned a lot of interesting things. One of them is that we need to have courage and have faith in ourselves and our ability to assert our rights and let people know that, like, for instance, if we're stopped, we don't need to be scared to tell a police officer, no, you're not going to search my stuff. you know, no, I don't consent to a search. I'm going to remain silent, and that's it. Period. You know, you got to have courage. A lot of times we're scared to do those things. So that's one of the things that I learned today is that we got to get up and stand up for our rights. Thank you.